damn it, we shouldn't have ate those enchiladas. Oh.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to Happywax TV and Let's Talk Horror.
Let's talk.
Axe.
Professor. Dr. Professor.
Dr. Professor. And me. So tonight actually you can dig this one because this was your baby.
Want me to?
Yeah, man. Okay. Go for
You're
it.
the MC of the show.
This evening, we are talking about... oh, wait a minute. This is episode 11.
Oh, yeah, we got a toast.
And even though Dr. Professor's son's beverage, you and I are still drinking.
Yes.
So, cheers
11.
to episode 11.
I'll be cheersing with air biscuits from the enchiladas.
I love the Zevia, 0 cal, 0 carb. It's excellent. Okay, so I had this idea, and I haven't had many ideas for Let's Talk Horror, but I had this idea that just kind of came to me a couple days ago about horror movie locations that we'd all like to visit, because there's some pretty awesome, I mean, you know, if you watch enough horror movies, there's some pretty freaking spooky looking places out there.
Absolutely. That
we sort of, you know, so I just suggested it to the big boss man over here. And he kind of said, hey, that's a really interesting idea. So that's what we're doing tonight. And,
Happywax approved.
Happywax approved.
No, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I thought that was a great idea. So, well, I mean, it was your idea, so why don't you start?
Well, I'm not going to, you know what? There's probably about 3 or 4 of these things that everybody's going to say. So I'm going to go with one that maybe people won't say, so that you guys can just say the ones that everybody knows. Because, you know, I'm gonna start with this one here. Okay, so recently I watched the original. I think the first 7 Friday the 13th.
Oh yeah.
And I know for a while, I heard a long while ago that you can actually tour the camp. So I went looking for it, and I typed in Camp Crystal Lake, but it comes up Camp Nobi Bosco, like nice. Hyphenated words. So, and it's where the original Friday the 13th was filmed, and they called it Camp Crystal Lake. And all the buildings are still there except for one. The one that the Chris guy in the movie was getting ready for that building's no longer there, but the foundation is. And apparently you can go there, and they'll give you tours. And there's people there there's a couple people there that were there when they were filming, 1977 or whatever the hell it was, or 78. Or maybe it was 79 when they were filming it, because it came out in 80. And... I just thought that was really cool. Like, you know, the actual camp is still operating, and all the rest of the buildings are there, and you can go check it all out. And they take you to the shooting scenes. Like where they shot.
New Jersey, I believe.
Yeah.
Is where it's in the state, anyways.
Cool.
So.
Yeah.
And it's accessible. Yeah, I saw that just before I got here. I was oh yeah, because that was sort of one of my number one spots.
Was it?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't think you guys would think of that, because there's so many other ones that everybody's going to say.
That was like one of the first ones on my list, and I'll tell you why. My uncle has a hidden place that no one knows about. Our family built a cottage in Muskoka, Huntsville, and as little kids, when we were always up there, you know, to scare the kids, they were always saying, "Oh, you know, Friday the 13th was filmed up here."
Oh yeah,
because there were so many lakes all around there. They're like, "Oh, you know, it was this lake, what have you?" And
cool.
Yeah. So as a kid, it was one of those things that was just mystified, and still to this day, right? It's like You picked it first, right?
Well, I only picked it because I kind of figured everybody else would just jump on all the rest of them. So
I think there's some obvious ones that everybody's gonna pick.
You guys are gonna say what's on my list.
We're all gonna have crossover, so it's gonna get said somewhere. So.
Right.
But anyways, that was my first, and unfortunately,
that's a good one.
Stole it from you.
Oh no, I have plenty more to go.
All fair and
you go ahead.
Love and talk.
So my first one is, and I'm gonna say this because I've already been there, but it was like 20 plus years ago, but American Werewolf in London, and it's the tube station.
Yeah.
I had a girlfriend that when she finished university, I don't know if you remember Pam or not, but she moved to England, so that was my excuse to go there and visit. And one of the first places that she took me to, that's how you get around, right, is in the tube.
The tubes.
And all I could think of is, you know, and it's a scary place during the day, but at night it's kind of like Toronto too. It's like the subway system here is sketchy at best during the day, but at night it's like a total different entity. You know what I mean? And the same with the tube station. I mean, I was freaked out, always looking behind me, and every station has those long stretch of escalators.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
escalators, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I was living the movie there for the whole 2 weeks I was there. It was awesome.
That'd have
So
been amazing.
Kept thinking you were gonna turn around and that guy that was half eaten was talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
So-
what are you doing, Happywax?
Yep, and I mean you come out right in is it Trafalgar Square there? You know what I mean? And they're in Piccadilly Circus, and it's all in the movie, and it's like you're walking around. It's like, wow, this is like awesome. It's like right in the movie. So yeah, so that was my pick. But I've already been there. But if you haven't gone, I would suggest you go if you love that movie. And the sad thing is they're fucking remaking it. So
Oh no.
yeah,
Really?
yeah. But it's his son that's remaking it, so
that
maybe it
don't
won't
matter.
be as bad. But
We'll pass judgment with that.
yeah, but I'm
Happywax.
yeah, but it's
Yeah.
going to be American. Yeah, but it's going to be American Werewolf in London again. It's just going to be a remake, so I'm sure they'll use all the same locations. But yeah, 20 years ago, or 20 plus when I was there, it was freaky as fuck, and I'm sure it's still like that now. So well, there you go.
Well, I'll throw my hat in the ring, and I'll say Outpost 51
Oh,
from
okay.
The Thing.
Yeah.
So who wouldn't want to go to some
Outpost
crazy
31. Right.
31?
I
51.
think it's 31.
I thought it was 51. But
Yeah.
it's neither here nor there. But
Mm-hmm.
that outpost in the movie The Thing,
Oh yeah.
you get the house.
See, that's why I went with Nobi Bosco first, because I kind of figured we'd hop on that one.
I know you saw it. Did you see the post on Facebook for the 40th or whatever anniversary?
Oh.
2022.
I
Yeah.
can't log into Facebook. so
Oh, okay, yeah. Just I don't mean to,
Technology is revolting against
Yeah.
me. Internet.
but
I know you out there.
But here's the thing: we might be able to go there because they're having like what is it, a
They're
40th?
screening it, yeah, the 40th,
Yeah,
2022.
at that location.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
it's in Stewart, British Columbia, and there's at the site there's still wreckage of the Norwegian chopper, and a bunch of the buildings that they blew up are still scattered around, so you can still see the wreckage from it.
We can do
and
it.
that's where they're screening it.
We could do
That's
it.
pretty wild.
Yeah, you better start saving your pesos now. I think it's probably not going to be cheap to go there.
Okay. It's a once in a lifetime thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
So-
Kurt Russell goes,
wouldn't that be awesome?
I would go.
Like I seriously want to go.
Can you imagine going there with McCready?
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck, man.
That would be
I'd
awesome.
take a fucking dog sled there if he was going.
When is it again? It's 20.
It's 2022.
So we got a little while. What is it? We're in 18, so we got 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
So start saving.
Yeah.
Put a little in the piggy bank.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, a little each week or whatever. So yeah, we
We'll
can go.
take the Duma chopper up there. Get
Damn
that thing
right,
fired
the
up. eh?
Duma chopper. Yes.
See if Jimmy can fly the chopper.
Yeah. Well, hey, that could become a reality. That's awesome. Because it's one thing, to say you want to go there, but to have the opportunity to visit that place would be, you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's,
And I'm sure they're just going to do it up like
Oh,
crazy.
God, yeah.
That's 40th anniversary of one of the greatest movies ever. So I'm sure it's going to be crazy. So
There probably hasn't been anybody there since they filmed the movie and blew up the chopper and everything else. Like, they
you probably
except
got
for
a crew up there now trying to shovel everything.
Yeah,
out.
a couple mad trappers
Whose
or
idea
a
was
bunch
this?
of fishermen, right? All of a sudden there'll be like these fucking helicopters and buses flying in.
Yeah.
There. Oh, geez.
Oh, that'd be awesome. So
Crazy.
yeah, good call.
Yes. Is it my turn?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, what do I got here? Okay. So, I would like to go see 112 Ocean Avenue, Long Island, New York, in the town of Amityville. Even if it's a fake and it's a hoax or whatever,
Yep.
I'd still love to go see it. And I know that that's the real house though, so technically I'm not really, because the actual house was in a place called Turns Rona or something like that. It was in a different part of New York, and I guess they if you look at it online, they've actually changed the way the house looks. Like they've taken those iconic windows, and they've squared them up because they have to sort of, and they changed the name of the street. It's not Ocean Avenue anymore because they
Yeah.
don't want people to come around
Yeah, I
anymore,
know.
right?
Got to
'Cause
change
he's-
of address.
yeah.
You know.
I think I remember hearing stories about the people that were living in the house that was used in the movie would have people frequently coming to
Come
visit.
Yeah.
Wanted to make
So-
it into a tour almost.
So technically,
right?
there's two, right? Like there's the real one where like everything really happened in '74 when the guy killed his family and everything else, and the Lutzes.
the DeFeos.
The DeFeos, yeah. And then the Lutzes moved in, and whatever happened there happened, and then they split.
Yeah.
And then there's the other one that's like the set.
The
But
set.
I'd almost kind of like to see the original one just to go.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for the Lutzes, the thing followed them apparently after they left the house.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's so much controversy. Like, you know what? There's another freaking episode we could do just on the Amityville Horror because there's so much controversy as to whether it's really a money grab on the part of the Lutzes or whether it's like, you know. But that's a whole episode, right?
Yep.
I've been through a 3-hour interview listening to George Lutz and Art Bell. It was like one of Art Bell's retirement shows before he came out of retirement.
Yep.
And now he's permanently retired. I don't know
Rest
if you
in
know.
peace.
Yeah, like Lutz went to his grave saying that things did happen. Yeah. Right. So
yeah, like in the interviews were very, you know, like it didn't sound like he was BSing. It was just you know, very candid and so forth. But if you can find it out there, there is an interview with George Lutz and Art Bell.
Cool.
You'll probably find it right here on YouTube.
Yeah. Yep. Everything.
There's a plug for you, shamelessly, YouTube.
Well, no, we could absolutely do an episode on that. You know, the real, and then all the fucking horribly shitty sequels and movies that came out.
that have absolutely nothing.
There's
to do
another
with
one
the story,
coming
right?
out called The Amityville Murders. I think I just saw a trailer for it yesterday.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're going to talk about the
Maybe.
DeFeo.
Yeah.
Because really, as far as
That's
the horror
what
goes, we absolutely know that was a horrible thing that happened there.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I mean, geez, you know, no one's really focused on that.
It's
Has they?
not that cliche we uncovered about based on a true story.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Yeah.
These events really happened.
All right, that was my next one. Who's next?
Okay, so one of my favorite movies goes back to 1958, and there's also been a remake, and is The Blob. So, and I would love to go see the Colonial Theater, and I did not know this, but when I was looking places up, you know, just to find out where they are and stuff, but the Colonial Theater is still there. The marquee is kind of changed a bit, but it's still relatively the same. The doors where the people come busting out has been changed, but the overall look is still kind of the same. But the cool thing is every year they have a 3-day event there, and it's like a festival, and they start the festival off like reenacting that scene. Obviously there's no blob that comes out, but they film it every year where they have the attendees that come busting out the door there. So, which is pretty cool. I'd like to go and attend that because I love that movie, and they're doing a remake. Another movie's coming out of it, so that'll be the 3rd time it's been remade. But
that's pretty wild that it's still there.
Yeah,
the theater. Like I figured that'd be gone. You know.
Yeah, it's kind of like the Highland. And there's also, when I was looking it up, also I don't know how familiar you are with the movie, but the diner is still there. It's closed now, but it's still there, so you can't go in it, but you can walk by it and look at it. And the school is still there, and it's still operational, where they go and hide in the school at the end there. So. I mean, there are some places you can still go visit, but yeah, definitely the Colonial Theater. I just love old theaters in general. I think we all do. You know, that's why I love the Highlands so much. But it would just be so awesome. But I didn't know that they do, and it's in where the fuck did they say it was? It's in Phoenixville. So, and I don't know where that is. It's Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. Is that what it is? So, but yeah, every year they do a 3-day festival there, which I think is pretty awesome. So, but yeah, so. Colonial Theater and Blob.
I'll throw one out there from one of everybody's favorite movies, and apparently you can actually visit this one. It's the Evil Dead cabin, the original Evil Dead cabin. Yeah.
Oh shit.
On that one, I've talked about Evil Dead probably a few times here already, but that movie just, I don't know, it was one of the movies that stuck with me, like from when I first saw it till 20 years later, 20 plus years later,
Where's that? Somewhere in Michigan?
I can't recall where it said it. I just kind of breezed through a list and was like, oh, you can actually go there.
That's awesome. I did not know that.
But yeah, I love that cabin. It actually kind of reminds me of the cottages that the family has right now, because they're like old and they're not like,
Yeah, it's an awesome place.
It's not run down, but it's kind of like, it's a meagerly built cabin, and it would be a neat thing to see that little swing outside, if that's still there, I guess.
Cool.
I want to see
Look for a trapdoor.
Yes, that would be the first thing I'd be looking for.
Well, if the first thing I'd be looking for is a swinging fucking double swing at the front door, if that's moving when I get there, and just turn around and drive away.
That's what I was talking about there.
Yeah.
And the fruit
awesome.
salad. Who's in my fruit salad?
Latu! Rata!
Nick Tull.
Oh, what a great movie.
I said the
I didn't
words.
know that was awesome. That's still there. I wonder if the car's still there. Out back. It might be. You never know.
The Ashmobile.
Yeah.
Fuck.
That'd be awesome if it was.
This is the bridge.
God.
Yeah.
Curled
Oh,
up.
fuck yeah, that'd be cool.
It's back to you.
Nice
Mr.
one.
X.
Back to me. All right. So I'd like to go. This is kind of a weird one, but I would like to go to Wismar, Germany, and see the Salzspeicher, which is salt storage warehouse, because that's where they filmed the original Nosferatu.
Oh,
And
shit.
You know what his house was, like that really crazy castle.
Yeah.
That's actually a salt warehouse, and you can go tour it. And there's a bunch of other stuff from there that you can still see. Like you can still see the St. Mary's Church with the crazy square thing. It's all still there. Like it was like it's like this Gothic town, and so you can walk around and probably just take pictures. But there's you can go right up to what he lived in, which is really just a warehouse.
That's pretty amazing.
But yeah, it's pretty
Good
cool.
pick.
Yeah.
And that's still there.
Oh yeah. Yep. It still looks as Gothic now as it did in, when they filmed it. Yeah.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah. So you can see all that crap.
Cool. They're remaking that movie too.
Oh no. Oh no.
So I don't mean be Debbie Downer at the end of each of your things, but they're just remaking all these fucking movies. It's driving me
I
nuts.
wonder if they'll go back to the South Spacey.
I don't know. It'd be cool if they did.
Yeah.
You know.
Just throw a green screen. You don't need to go.
Oh yeah. Let's not go there. So. Okay. Well, for me, one of my favorite movies again is Day of the Dead. I mean, Dawn of the Dead. We all know the Monroe shopping mall, so I don't think any of us are going to say that. But Day of the Dead, the mine shaft where the underground, the different locations. The opening scene was in Florida, and it was kind of like that was filmed there because George Romero lived in that area in that time, so he had access to it and used it. But the salt mine there that they used, it was in Wampum, Pennsylvania, and it's now been converted into a long-term storage facility for like private documents and shit like that, or important documents. So, but just
Survivalist bunker.
yeah. But the one thing, no, but
It's like RVs down there and stuff.
yeah, but it's funny because if you buy the Blu-ray, the collector's, I think it might be on other ones too, but the collector's edition Blu-ray, where they have the special features, they actually take you into the mine now. So, and it looks totally different, but it's still just to be there. Do you know what I mean? The helicopter pad isn't actually out front like it was in the theater. It was a separate place, and I forget where that's located in Sanibel Beach. What's it called? Bowman's Beach Heli Stop in Sanibel. I'm assuming that's somewhere in Florida too. Like the whole thing was filmed in Florida, but those salt mines where they did the thing, because it was cool. That was like one of my favorite scenes. You know what I mean? When they're running through it, trying to get through. So I would like to go.
Well, one thing I'd like to add in there, you mentioned the shopping mall.
Yep.
From
Did I take? I'm sorry if I did.
No, you didn't take. It was just something I came across today, and they said apparently that mall is still very much unchanged. So it still looks like it did in the 70s, and it's still operational, and they haven't done any like updates, so it's very, very close.
It was funny. I think we all probably went online to look and see. But the only thing that I noticed that was different about
the
it,
fountains out.
well, the fountains are out, and there's an addition put on it. So you know how they drove the trucks in the front doors? They can't do that now because there's like the front doors are there, and then there's like a newer addition, and it kind of L shapes out a bit, so they wouldn't be able to drive like right through again. But I mean, like you said, it's pretty much the same old mall. So
It's kind of wild.
the same old.
yeah,
I wonder if they still have that crazy gun shop in there.
that would be awesome if they did. I wonder how much they've changed. Do you know what I mean? Like, or how much they've left. Like you said, they took some stuff out, but it's probably all modernized now, I think.
Oh, it says it's remains.
Well, I don't mean sorry. I don't mean modernized. I mean like all the new stores.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
You
the
go in and see
Starbucks
the
and all that bullshit. So
cell
I'm
phone
sure
stores everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure the layout. I'm sure the layout's still the same, but I just mean as far as stores. But that would be cool if the gun shop was in there, because that was like, and the hockey rink. The hockey rink would still be in there too.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. So
Back to me.
yep. Go for it.
I'm like a deer in headlights now.
What do I say? What do I do?
Speaking of deer in headlights,
Segue.
a whole place where you could probably see deer. It's in Oregon. had to do with Jack Nicholson.
Oh, yeah.
The Shining.
Yep.
That hotel is there, and you can still see it, and it's a grand and magnificent building.
It's called the Timberline Lodge.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I was looking that up today too. That place is still pretty cool inside. Could you imagine how creepy that place must be inside?
Well, it had a rich history, like the location itself, like the way it was built and everything, and just like you see it in the movies, and it's an incredible building.
I don't think they used it for the interiors though. So I think they did the interiors in studios in Britain, but the outside was all Timberline Lodge.
Yeah.
So okay. So don't hate me, but I've only seen that movie twice. It's not one of my prior. I know what I mean. It's not one. But so is the maze part of that lodge, the hedge maze, or is that like an addition that they put in for the movie?
That might be part of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to find something about the maze, but I think the maze was in the story. It was in the book.
Yeah.
So
I see.
They might have used something to make the maze. I don't know.
Okay.
But
I just wondered if it was okay. Well, if it was in the stories, then
so maybe somebody out there who is a real Shining buff could in the comments below straighten us all out so that we don't look like we're sleeping on the job here.
Give us some internet bullying. Come on.
Yeah, that would be a cool place to go to though, for sure.
I'd just be looking for room 237.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But that's the movie. That's the movie one, 237.
Oh,
It was
217.
217 in the book.
See, I've only seen it twice, and it's been years since I've seen it, so I don't really remember too much about it. I did watch that conspiracy theory thing on the...
Yeah.
Which,
if you watch that conspiracy thing about the moon, 237 is how many light years or how many...
the 100,000 miles.
100,000 miles.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Even the kid's T-shirt, didn't it have something on
It's
his
the
T-shirt?
Apollo.
Oh, yeah, he stands up.
up in front of the thing that looks like the Apollo.
The guy's narrating, and he goes, and you see Danny sitting with that octagonal shape, the patterns in the floor, and that's the other big difference about the book. The book had like animals in the carpet that came to life and moved and shit.
Yeah.
Whereas these octagon shapes or hexagon shapes, I think hexagon shapes, right? Mm-hmm. And then he had his trucks all lined up, and then they look down at Cape Canaveral, and that's what the launch pad looks like. And the guy goes, "Where's the rocket?" And then he stands up, and it says Apollo 11.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus, that's crazy. I mean, you couldn't get a better conspiracy theory. But
Yeah. No, that one's real great fun to look at from that aspect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Mr. Axe.
All right then.
All right.
Let's see what else can I whip out of my master files here. Oh, jeez, I got all kinds of shit on here. Okay. So, I haven't said the one that I figured everybody would say yet, but I'm going to leave it for you because it's your favorite freaking movie. I'm just going to leave it there. I'm just going to let that hang for now.
I know what you're
But I'm going to say there's a place that I'd
I
like
got it
to
on
see.
my screen right now.
It's in Detroit, Michigan, and it's the parking garage that It Follows was filmed at, like that big parking garage that was all dilapidated and empty.
Wow.
It's sitting there. You can go see it.
Holy
you can go walk right up to it.
Nice.
And I thought that was like an awesome location, especially for that movie.
Yeah.
You know, like it was like such an isolated movie with the sense of this thing coming at you. In a really creepy place.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Like, I absolutely love that it. Not a lot of movies freak me out nowadays. Like, back in the old days, I'd watch a cartoon and get freaked out. But not a lot of movies nowadays freak me out where you're like, you bring it home with you. That movie I was thinking about that movie for like a week after I saw it. Like, I don't know what it was, but it was just, I mean, it was crazy. I fucking love that movie. We should watch it together sometime. Actually, I think it's on Netflix too, but man, oh man, what a fucking good movie. I never even thought of thinking about that for the garage, but that's good.
I mean, there's a lot of places obviously like that in Detroit, but I mean, like dilapidated buildings. You just have to drive through it. But I thought that was a pretty good location.
Yeah, man.
Especially for like the the content of the movie where you
certainly
don't want to be alone somewhere with this thing following you.
And that's the opening scene of that movie, and that's a big, because you don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah.
All you see is this naked woman walking at this chick that he's tied up, and you're like, what the fuck is he, like, what's going on? And you don't find out till later why. So I mean, that's a big part of that movie, is that opening scene. So yeah, that garage is cool. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Jaws, Martha's Vineyard.
No.
Oh, really?
No, I'll say it the next time then. But yes. Jones.
So I just,
Amity Island. Right?
yeah, there's so much still. I mean that you can go and see there. I mean, Brody's house is still there, although it looks a little different. You know what I mean? And then even going to, like, I really want to go there. And then the police department building is still there.
Harbor Master.
Yeah, like it's all still there. It's the, you know, the hardware store, and even the I don't know if the ferry. Obviously, I'm pretty sure the ferry's not there. But even the town hall, I watched a video on it just the other day. It's still, what is it now? It's not a town hall. It's something else. It's like an office building or something like that. But they still have that set up inside. Yeah, it's still set up like that. So I'm like, fuck, is that ever cool? So I'd love to.
Yeah, that'd be
go.
awesome.
The only thing that pissed me off, that kind of bummed me out, was two things. One you don't have any control over, but I don't know if you guys heard the story, but the original boat, right, that was in the movie, I guess went to Universal, and it was on their lot as part of the Jaws theme. And then I guess for whatever reason they decided to change it up a little bit, and some asshole destroyed the boat, and I guess Steven Spielberg lost his shit, like literally like screaming at this kid. So I guess he went and he got a whole bunch, like he got the steering wheel and a bunch of other stuff. Do you know what I mean? But they just trashed the fucking boat. It was intact.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, intact.
They fucking trashed the Orca.
Yeah, the whole thing. They just to make room for it. So
I
guess
you know what Steven Spielberg was yelling at that fucking kid. You'll never work in this fucking town again, you fucking idiot! That's what he was. That guy's fucking pumping gas in fucking Guatemala.
So I guess he said he apologized to him later. Do you know what I mean? But he said he lost his shit. Yeah, it's in an interview I watched.
Holy
like
fuck.
The Jaws, or the shark is still working or something like that. It's called. But yeah, it was intact at Universal Studios.
Holy shit!
Still like in part of the Jaws.
Yeah.
And the guy trashed it, so he got pieces. But then the other one. The one that they used, you know, that would sink and then bring back up again, it was parked on the beach, but then over years, like, everybody's stolen pieces off it.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't even think it's there anymore. You know, they ripped it right down to the frame, and it's gone now. But you know, it's kind of a shame. But yeah, both those fucking boats are.
That's too bad.
But it is really cool that you know, Martha's Vineyard and surrounding areas kind of kept.
The one thing about that is, you know, is how much built up it'd be around there.
Yeah.
You'd probably have like you'd probably have Brody's house and then 8 mansions along the water beside it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They'd be like, "What the hell is this little yellow cottage over here for? We could turn that into our pool house."
Well, yeah. Well, I guess too, the Gayhead lighthouse.
Oh yeah.
It's still there, but it says on here that it's got a fundraising effort because it's kind of starting to erode.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably in the same condition at the one at Port Stanley. You know,
Yeah.
it gets the water on all the time, so they're trying to save it. But it's amazing doing a little bit of research how much of the stuff from the movie is still actually there. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, so you're going to surprise me with what you thought I was going to say. But
Unless Mr. Dr. Professor basically gets it.
I want to slip this one in. It's not a magnificent, majestic, or otherworldly by any means, but and you can still see this. I believe it was Washington. The staircase from The Exorcist.
That's it right there. That's what I figured you were going to say.
yeah, I was gonna. I had it written down.
The house. I don't want to visit the house so much, but that shot of that staircase. It's not even like that unique or anything. It's just a narrow staircase.
It is iconic though.
But it's such an iconic thing. Like I think one of the things you think of when you think of The Exorcist is the staircase.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Sure. You know, the house apparently they put like there was like a false front put onto it for the scenes they shot.
Yeah.
So the house is there, but it looks more indented than it does in the
movie.
movie.
And I don't think you can hit the stairway from the window we jumped out of.
No, you wouldn't be able to. Yeah, it'd be a huge jump. You'd have to be like,
I remember, well, I guess if you're possessed, you can.
Yeah.
But no, I remember reading about, or not reading, but.
Yeah. So Reagan's bedroom's actually fake. Like it's actually a false front to that building. But
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Well, cool. I'll continue on with some of my others. Okay. Bilbo, Texas landmark. It's the gas station from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah.
And it's now a restaurant.
Oh, wow.
But it's still there.
Yeah, it's still there. And it looks like it did. Like when they filmed the freaking, it looks horrible. I'm sure that's not the restaurant, but it's probably attached to it. And their slogan is, "We slaughter barbecue." It's all meats, right? So they do this like, you know, big meat thing at this place that's synonymous for a cannibal movie, right?
Wow.
But that's what we slaughter barbecue.
That's priceless. Yeah, that's priceless.
I wonder. Yeah, that'd be cool to go see that too. And it still looks the same. There's another movie I haven't watched. When was the last time I watched it? Well, I'll tell you. It was 5 years ago, or maybe 6 years ago. We went to see it at the Late Show when the guys showed it down at the Rainbow Cinema.
Oh yeah.
Remember? And they cheesed out and showed the PG version. What a fucking waste of time that was.
brutal.
Anyways, so okay, my go.
Yep.
All right, so well, I got a couple more here, but I'm gonna pick one. I did the watch party. The first watch party I did was Night of the Living Dead, the original one. So you can still, I guess you can still go to the cemetery. It's in the Evans City, would be Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
And the cathedral is still there, and the tombstones are all still there. And I guess from what I read, they look pretty much the same as they were. And it hasn't changed. And they actually showed a picture of the cathedral, and it hasn't been upgraded or nothing.
They're coming to get you.
Yeah. So it's all if you want to go see a classic movie, kind of the zombie movie that sort of started the whole thing. You can visit the fucking cemetery because it's pretty much all intact. And you know how we like running through cemeteries.
Oh yes. Yes, we do.
Me again. Okay.
Do you want to do one more each?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
I'll throw in my flight of fancy here. Now this wouldn't be a place that you could actually visit ever, ever, because it doesn't exist. And it would be the ship from Alien. So
that would
the
be
Nostromo.
awesome. Yeah.
Being on that.
That'd be cool.
Being on a giant ship in space, like that's just that's an incredible like
a set.
Yeah. Well, if it was a real thing, I would
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
die to be on that.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would literally die to be on that with that alien.
Oh shit.
I like sci-fi is something that
was a cool layout from back in those. You know what I mean? That was really good how they laid it out too.
Well,
That's a great movie.
the thing that caught me was Aliens is technically a horror movie, sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
But the look of the sci-fi from the late 70s far surpasses stuff that we see today.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, when you take a look at the ship on Alien, like that's what I still think of to this day of what spaceships would be like.
Yep.
Very similar to submarines, but you're not going to be crushed to death under the weight of the ocean. Yeah. You'll just get sucked into the vacuum of space and freeze. And
that was an awesome. I'm glad you said that.
So. Yeah, that one. Hey, the Sulaco, the Nostromo, any of those ships.
Yep.
I don't care if it's the tiny little ship, some kind of ship like that.
Wouldn't that be cool if you had
the Millennium Falcon?
Yeah.
Take a nap in one of the cryopods.
Yeah.
Ripley.
I'd love to do that. Yes, beside a young Sigourney Weaver. I'm in.
Oh, it should still be in cryogenics. So 40 years later,
I'm in.
She looks like she's in cryogenics anyway.
Yeah.
Even at whatever she is, 70.
Shit.
Well, I got two more, but
we bang them off.
Okay.
Say them both quick.
First of all, this one I put down for you. Altadena, California. You can go to this place. This lumber baron built this big freaking mansion, and it had these big gates outside, and he ended up selling the mansion and this estate to the Marx Brothers, and then the house got torn down, but the gates are still there, and they're the gates that are in the Phantasm, that are the cemetery gates. Yeah.
Really?
So they must have put the house back there and made it look like something. Yeah, but you can go see the gates. They're there, and apparently there's hikers that go through there, and they claim it's haunted. So that was pretty creepy.
Holy fuck!
Yeah.
I didn't even know that.
So Altadena, California, you can go see them. They're real. They're not like some movie set on the lot.
How close is that to UCLA? Where that's located?
It's probably around there. You know what I mean? But the other one that's also in California when you're down there at UCLA is the Psycho House on the lot. I know it's kind of stupid, but it's on Universal Studios lot.
Yeah,
it's an icon.
Yeah. Just to stand down there and look up at the Psycho House, that'd be creepy enough. So
that's awesome.
That's
I'm blown away by the gates. They're still there from. I love fucking Phantasm.
I came across that and I was like, holy shit! And I recognized the gates right away. And I was like, that can't be. I figured, I thought they were going to say it was a real building, with the cemetery thing behind there, but apparently it's just the gates.
Holy fuck!
So
actually, my wife had mentioned that one just before I came over.
So. Oh yeah.
She's like, Like, you can mention that one. Like,
I'm gonna look that up when we're done here.
We should get Gore Girl in here sometime and have a talk with her.
If you want to meet somebody that knows their shit, his wife.
I know not even a 100th of.
Also known on the internet as Gore Girl.
Yeah, I've never met anyone in my life that is as knowledgeable as her when it comes to horror movies and history and holy smokes. Yeah. So yeah, we could just do a special fucking show just on her and her knowledge.
Gore Girl's brain exposed.
Oh man, that's crazy. No, that's craziness. So well, for me, I got a couple. One that I said I'm surprised that you didn't say was Stephen King's house in, is it Bangor?
Bangor,
yeah,
yeah, because the cemetery is there from Pet Cemetery, and it's still there, right? And then also the truck stop from Maximum Overdrive is still there, and you can go visit that
in Bangor, Maine.
Yeah, so which is obviously where he used and got his ideas from. But yeah, when I was flipping through trying to look places up, that one popped up, and I thought, oh, but I didn't say it to the end because I figured one of you would have said it.
Well, his house looks
King
like
fan.
a freaking horror movie set.
Well,
yeah. Well,
because he's in that area, a lot of the Stephen King books are in that area. So I'm sure if you traveled around.
Oh yeah.
Maine,
I just thought it was cool that the truck stop was, because I didn't research it, but I didn't know the truck stop.
Actually,
was
I think
there's
a bunch of shit in that town that he puts into Derry too, if I remember correctly. Like the standpipe in It.
Yeah.
Is actually in Bangor, and it's still there.
Yeah, and
like you can go see it.
I think the Paul Bunyan statue was in it too.
Yeah, something about that. Yeah, like a lot of the stuff from It's actually in Bangor, and so yeah,
cool.
Creepy shit happening in Bangor. I don't know, man.
Well, and then I got two other ones. So we'll be really quick. And another one I thought you would say, if I didn't say it, was the Winchester House. We can say that now because there's a movie about it.
I totally forgot about the Winchester House.
Would that place not be fucking awesome?
That would be so cool to see.
That's horror movie or not. I mean, just the story behind that house is worthy of
a
visit. Like,
that's amazing.
If you haven't heard the story on it, look it up. There's documentaries, and it's
staircases that go into the ceiling.
Yeah, the
doors
movie
that go nowhere.
The movie, as okay as it is, doesn't do the house justice. I don't think. You should look it up online and just watch documentaries on it because it's way better. Okay, and then the other one is the Suicide Forest, which I can say because they made a movie about it.
I can honestly say that I that was on my list, but then I thought no, because
I don't want to go.
I don't want to fucking go to the Suicide Forest.
Well, I don't want to go there at night.
It takes fucking people, and some people go in and they're like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself. No thanks. Yeah. I'll fly over it.
Yeah.
I don't want to go there.
Yeah.
I'll hover a drone over it.
Yeah, send a drone in.
Because the whole story is that these evil spirits basically suck the life right out of you and make you want to kill yourself and fool you into doing it. And
that's pretty creepy.
That is like how fucking weird is it? Like, think about how fucked up that is.
Yeah.
Like you can just go for a walk in this forest
and never come back
and possibly come across a dead body hanging in the trees. There's a good fucking chance you will. Yep. Yep. Like that's just creepy as shit.
Yep.
That's creepier than any fucking horror movie.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, that's big news here in in North America, but in Japan, it's like, well, if you go in there, you might find it's like, I ain't going in there then. Yeah. No.
Okay, one other place that just popped into my head since we're talking about actual places is Doll Island too. Remember? I don't know if it's ever been a movie made about it, but I remember we watched a couple ghost hunting shows and they had. Man, that place would freak you out too. Well, how could it not? All those dolls and stuff. So, well, we watched the one guy that we like. I can't remember what his name.
Yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. I can't remember what his name is. The fuck is his name?
Yeah,
he's got a new series out now.
Shit.
Something Expedition.
Yeah, Expedition Unknown.
Yeah, but whatever his name is, but yeah, and he had the one where the eye popped open on the one doll.
That was in that place. Yeah, and he was looking at the eye popped open, and we were like, "Holy shit!"
I can't remember.
And actually, that was wasn't that was his first? Wasn't that his first? Was it Expedition Unknown? The episode, the best paranormal episode of all time is that show with what the hell is his name? Josh Gates.
Yes, that's it.
And it is in the Suicide Forest. Remember that one?
Yeah.
And they set up all these trail cams, and it was in the Suicide Forest on Mount Fuji, and they're walking around, and usually like he debunks all these monsters and everything.
Yeah.
But they're in the Suicide Forest, folks, and we shit you not, on this trail cam, it's like there's bushes and shrubbery, and all of a sudden this shadowy humanoid figure like just doesn't stand up. It just goes like this, comes out of the fucking bush, and it's just I'm getting goosebumps, man. And we fucking lost our shit because it was like, holy Christ, is this fake? You know, and it just went, whoop, and then it just kind of stood there for a bit, and it just kind of went, just dissipated. And we were like, holy crap. And he was losing his shit about that. And Josh Gates is like, he's debunking, the Jersey Devil and all these other stupid things. But the Suicide Forest, and he was also the guy that found a Bigfoot print. And he was really big time fucking pumped about that because he fucking cast it and everything and took it in. And that was somewhere in Nepal or something.
Yeah.
It was in the paper.
I like him because he's believable, and he's like he doesn't try and, you know how you get some of these...
Hype it, yeah.
And these fucking bozo ghost hunters, and it's like, you can just tell... Well, how many of them been found fake, right? And their show's been taken off?
Yeah.
But I haven't found anything where people are calling him, full of shit.
No, he's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
like
that
him.
Suicide Forest one, that's just...
Yeah, I remember watching that with you.
That was creepy.
Yeah, that was
That should
something
be on
else.
the places not to visit.
It's another good reason not to go there.
Yeah. No, what a place that is. So, all right, well, I think that's it for my list. I mean, also you can go to the Halloween House, the original Halloween, which is now an office in
Pasadena.
Pasadena, so it's still around.
Not Haddonfield, Illinois, Pasadena, California. Weird.
Yeah,
a lot of stuff in California.
Weird,
and that's all the ones I had written down. So.
I think the Poltergeist house is still in California.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one, and also the barn or the whatever it is they used in Blair Witch. That's still
yeah.
Oh, that movie's not that old though. So, but yeah, it's still there. So, but I'm. Man, oh man! So I'm totally impressed with the Phantasm Gates, though, because I love that fucking movie. Like, I have a tattoo of the Tall Man on my fucking arm. That's how much I love that movie.
Altadena.
I've tattooed myself with the Tall Man. So
you can go camp out in front of him, see if it's really haunted, like those hikers say.
And I'm not just saying it for the sake of saying, but I seriously would like to think about going on a trip to go see that fucking thing. 40th or whatever it is anniversary.
40th screening, and they're going to screen the movie there.
It's a once in a lifetime fucking thing. So,
well, you figure Kurt Russell's got to be there for that.
Yeah,
he's got to be there for that.
Yeah, well, I think all the cast is still alive, aren't they? Or I don't really follow them, but I think a good majority of them are. I'm assuming that most of them would be there. John Carpenter, I'm sure, is going to be there.
I think the guy that
Kurt Russell would be there.
Does the paddles? That old guy?
Yeah.
The doctor?
Oh, he passed away.
Yeah, I don't think he's
gone.
Yeah.
He was pretty old back in that one.
He'd be
not to be a Debbie Downer.
He'd be like 120 now.
Yeah.
He was awesome. He was out he was a good actor.
Yeah. Yeah, but that would be awesome to go see that. So, yeah, I'm gonna look that up again. I remember, I don't know who sent it to me. It was either you or maybe it was Andy Wheatley that sent it to me on, because I remember they had it on Facebook. So, but yeah, we got 4 years to think about it. So that's I would like to do that.
Oh.
So, all right. Well, I guess that's our places you can still go to, or which I think covers pretty much most of them. I don't think there's any other ones. Although you did surprise me with a couple.
I'll throw this one in because it's just an awesome building. The Rosemary's Baby.
Well, that's the Dakota.
Yeah.
The outside of the Dakota.
Yeah.
That
in New York City.
You can still see that. It's still there.
Yeah.
And it's a magnificent looking and creepy building.
It's creepy because that's where John Lennon got shot too.
Oh.
He lived there, right?
That's
where he lived with Yoko Ono, yeah.
I never followed the Beatles.
Yeah, that's another movie I've only seen once. Rosemary's Baby. Did they remake it? Was it a remake? Is it?
No.
It's never been remade? Okay, let's hope it doesn't get remade. So.
Well, it's Polanski. You know what's going to touch it.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
it's like...
Yep, good call.
Don't even mention the name.
Disgraced.
Yeah, so... But yeah, all right, well, those are places. I mean, it's some pretty cool places. Man, you still dumbfounded me with those gates at the Phantasm. I didn't know those were there. So that's awesome. I want to go see those now.
Nostromo all the way.
I'm gonna find. Yeah, well, hey, yeah. Maybe in 5,000 years we'll be able to do something like that. So who knows? It'd be awesome if it was real. So, but yeah, all right. Well, I don't know, guys. Any closing comments or anything? I mean, what do I usually say at the end here? So I got the watch parties starting. I've done 2 of them. I think the first time I did it, I kind of just threw it up just to try it. And I think there was at one point, there was like 25 people watching. And then I did one just last night, Dawn of the Dead, which I actually advertised for. I had a vote. And it was between The Exorcist and Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead won on a landslide. And I think at one point there was, in and out, I think there was like 40 people that came on board. So one's different. So if you haven't, come over to Happywax TV. I'll leave a link in the description box. And then just sign up. And I think we're coming up. I think we're over 630 subs too now. So moving right along. So I still got my fingers crossed that we're gonna hit 1,000 by Christmas. So that's my goal. So and we've got tons of videos. I just need to put them out. I'm doing my best. So the last little while has been really busy for me. So. But I'm trying to keep schedule going, so we will have tons of stuff. At least 5 videos a week I'm shooting for. So, and these are going to be coming out, I'm saying, every Sunday and Tuesday, which I think I've kept pretty good, more or less. There's been a couple days I've missed, but episode 11. So, episode 11.
In the can.
We're getting up there like Star Wars.
Yeah, that's great.
Jeez.
So, lots of topics. So, all right. Well, anything to say before we say goodbye?
I think people should probably... remember to stay scared.
Stay scared. And we'll see you in 4 years at the Thing anniversary.
Hello, Kurt Russell. Or should I say Snake Plissken?
Yes.
Or should I say McCready?
Goldie Hawn too?
Yeah.
God, I hope not.